We all know the great paradox of climate activism, that no matter how much scientific evidence and information we give, and no matter how loud we shout, change is not happening fast enough. And the paradox is that people will generally agree with the science and evidence, and yet remain indifferent or apathetic to taking action. What we seem to lack is not an understanding of the science, but rather an understanding of ourselves and what motivates us. But our great ancestors, who would gather around a fire and tell stories, knew how to keep the tribe together for a common purpose. They knew how to awaken the necessary values needed for their tribe's survival. But in our technocratic and scientific age, we no longer know how to do this. It would seem that we have lost something that we once had, which is the lost art of storytelling. As a result, we are trapped in a way of thinking that cannot create the psychological conditions that are necessary to bring about the changes we seek. If we are to awaken audiences into meaningful action, then we need to think differently about audience engagement. This means shifting from the logic of the marketing paradigm. This paradigm is like an engine driving everything we do. We use it because it works. But it is also a psychological pollutant, where the deep anxieties it creates to drive consumer demand are the same anxieties that lead to a deep sense of inadequacy and insecurity, where individuals never feel that they have enough or happiness can be found in the next purchase, upgrade, or experience. This is called inadequacy marketing, and it is the dominant marketing technique that drives millions upon millions of marketing messages that make up the background noise of our everyday life. This is the engine that creates the psychological conditions for our overconsumptive and materialistic behaviours, all of which contribute to climate change. So why is it that we would adopt the same engine to drive our messages for climate action, where we use fear and anxiety to motivate and engage audiences to our campaigns, leading to psychological pollutants such as fear and eco-anxiety? To put it plainly, the same mindset that has caused climate change cannot be the same mindset that solves it. That is why we need to change our mind about climate change, which means shifting from the marketing paradigm to the storytelling paradigm. This paradigm motivates audiences into action without using fear, guilt, or anxiety, and helps to create the psychological conditions for real and meaningful change to happen. So, join me, Kieran O'Brien, as I take you on an incredible journey as we explore this new paradigm in our Storytelling for a Cause training program. In this program, we'll be exploring the nature of storytelling, how to shift paradigms, take a look at motivation and values, and we'll then take a deep dive into the unconscious mind to explore all these topics through a new way of thinking using a range of different disciplines. By the end of this course, you'll be trained up on how to think like a storyteller, as well as developing new skills and insights on how to engage and motivate audiences in your work. You do not have to be in a communications or leadership role to take advantage of this training. This training is designed for everyone who is working directly or indirectly with climate-related issues. To sign up and find out more, head over to ministory.co.uk.